Hello, say Charat. If you feel nervous, anxious, or just don't have enough confidence, you can change all that by simply changing your body language. The body language, as we saw, is the posture we adopt, the way we move, and even the expressions we make with our face. It is called language because there is a type of communication. There is an interaction. And this interaction can be with other people, how we judge others, how others judge us, but it is also a communication with ourselves. Body language affects not only the way others see us, but also it changes the way that we see ourselves. So the question is, how do you talk to yourself? What do you say to yourself? In addition to the way you verbalize your communication with yourself, you need to be aware of how your body communicates with you non-verbally. You can have more confidence by changing your posture. Amy Cuddy argues that the power poses can increase feelings of confidence and can have an impact on our chances of success. You use this power pose when you're remaining in a confident posture, even when you're not yet feeling confident. You use your body posture to reveal your mental state, and you can also have your mental state affected by your body posture. They say that even your hormones like cortisol and testosterone can be changed by the change in posture, although this is a statement that today is being questioned. Even if the power poses do not cause hormonal changes, adopting a more confident posture can greatly improve the way we think, feel, and act. All animals instinctively communicate with different signals to be either bigger or smaller or louder or more quiet in different situations. In the case of the human species, occupying less space represents wanting to be smaller, a desire to be invisible, to not occupy space as if we don't deserve belonging. Even the fetal position is a very clear sign of a fragile state. It is a way that the body curves and closes itself as if expressing the desire to return to the mother's womb. There is also another meaning of body language with a shrinkage, which is a reverence. In a sign of respect, we bow. But in other situations, such as walking in a corridor of the college or the company, if I walk with my head down, very short and hurried steps, avoiding eye contact, with my knees close to each other, this means that I don't feel confident. Maybe I put myself in a lower position, as if I don't want to harass others with my presence. I feel inadequate. I think that people are annoyed by my very existence. I have feelings of shame. That is why I make these short movements, short steps, legs with the knees close to each other, hands that move in a limited way like a T-Rex. Being very brief in my communication with short phrases and a low voice, indicating that I just don't want to be seen. You can use the appropriate body language for each situation. Our communication is not just verbal. In other words, it doesn't matter just what we say, but also how we say it. Your posture, your look, the way you move, even the clothes you wear, all of this communicates as much or even more than the words that you choose to say. And just as you use different words for each type of situation, your body language must also suit the context. Just think, for example, that you don't speak the same way with your childhood friend than when you talk to your boss. To communicate assertively, the ideal is to adopt a strong, confident, and relaxed body language. This includes keeping your posture upright, with your shoulders back, and your head up. Try to not close yourself. Crossing your arms or even your legs, this can transmit the idea that you're not really open to hearing what the other person has to say. Keeping your arms and your legs free from crossing, keeping your face relaxed, that's a way that you are not showing that you're tense, that you are aware of your body and your composure. To be able to do all this in a relaxed way, the best way to do it is to practice. The first few times adopting this type of posture will not be natural. Be aware of muscle tension in your body, in your face. Stretch a little bit, take a deep breath and relax your muscles. Now, with time and practice, to embrace more and more of an assertive posture will become part of who you really are. And soon you will be able to have a good posture in a relaxed and natural way. Be careful where you look. In addition to body posture, your gaze also says a lot about what you're thinking. Ideally, you should maintain direct eye contact with the person you're talking to, but not staring without blinking with these wide eyes. The idea is to make eye contact, but in a relaxed way, showing that you are attentive to what the other person is saying. Avoid looking at other parts of the person's body, and especially do not look at your cell phone while the other person is talking, obviously. Sometimes looking down can also communicate that you're getting the message and that you agree. For example, if you're getting a reprimand from your boss for doing something wrong, looking down can show that you admit your mistake. Now, here again, it is the context that will tell you where to look. There is a time to face and there is a time to look away. The important thing is to be aware of adapting your body language to what the situation requires. Better than doing a confident pose is to be truly confident. So this idea of doing the power poses to feel more confident can be very useful when you do need some extra doses of confidence in specific situations. If you don't have good self-esteem, you will show signs of weakness in your body language. Other people might pick it up and in an unconscious level maybe treat you with less respect, and that can further aggravate the way you feel. That can cause a negative spiral. Don't be overly dependent, however, on these power poses. Instead of putting the power poses all the time, if lack of confidence is a problem in your life, the best way to do improvements is to work on your development as a person to actually become a more confident individual. This is done little by little. You start to read more, to study certain aspects of human behavior, to get to know yourself better, and then little by little your intellect, your physique, your posture, it all improves. While this is happening, you will be using power poses here and there whenever you need to, but with a focus on no longer relying, depending on this technique. Body language is just as important as, or maybe even more important than verbal language. If you want to have more confidence, to change the way you think, you feel, and act, you can force yourself to adopt some specific postures, the so-called power poses. But the idea is not to rely only on the power poses. The best thing is to develop yourself as a person, and then you don't need these power poses anymore. You have a posture that is natural. You always have confidence whenever you need to. The solution to all of this is to work on your identity, so you naturally project a communication of greater confidence. And you can do this starting today by checking the personal development course at arata.se/personal development.